Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Doing some work here. Yeah. We're looking at heroes that are already in Fault. And I'm just thinking of their abilities, what they have now. And adding that juicy passive. Yeah. Yeah. So, we got Twin Blast Murdock. We have a Countess. We have Chimera. Kwang Greystone. Severog. Muriel Narbash. Bellica. And Gideon. Bellica and Gideon. So, start top to bottom. Who do we want to start with? Who do we want to start with? Who indeed do we want to start with? Start with the casters. We'll start with the carries. I'm kind of thinking we can maybe start with our we'll probably start with maybe let's start with the carries. Why not? Let's start with our carries. Okay. So, Twin Blast. We have grenades. RMB. This is grenades. Dash. And then his double shot. Correct? I didn't get to play him. I'm so sad. Excuse me. Oh. Grenade. Rapid fire. Yes. Rapid fire. Ventilate. And then dash. Whatever it's called, really. Okay. So, passive. Okay. Show my boy Richter some love. I've heard so much about Richter the past little while. Okay. Well, okay. Let's see here. Grenade, dash, rapid fire, ventilate. So we have a attack speed boost, ventilate. I don't really like. Gotta be honest, and I think his ultimate can be much cooler. Attack speed oriented passive. See, his right click already does that though. I do agree that he should have attack speed oriented passive. Some kind of, you know, something about that. But what does his rapid fire do then? Right? If he has a passive, that's about that. Like, what does his RMB do? Right? Attack speed increase after consecutive hits. Well, that's the same. That's almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing as his R&B, though, right? Like, a very small pen that stacks on hits. Stacks per hit that increase movement speed. Sir Potato, welcome. Stacks per hit that increase movement speed. Yeah, passive gives cooldown on other abilities except ultimate. That is interesting. So we're all thinking along building up something on attacks.
A new Sylphin Knight has joined the round table.
Welcome, Sylphin Knight. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Absolutely appreciate it. Thank you very much, very much. Okay. Okay. Passively reduces armor / increases damage on each hit. Ultimate immediate cooldown of dash after multiple consecutive hits. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Okay. Okay. Something. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, consecutive hits builds stacks. Each stack increases movement speed and reduces the cooldowns of abilities used. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Not steal. Sorry guys. Okay. There's an auto attack movement penalty, right? Yes. Glad to see you back. Hey, up suicidal. Think that's too much? Are you a developer with Vault? Just doing it? Yes, I'm a developer with Vault. Basic attack hit, reduce dash and grenade cooldown by X. Rocket dash, kind of like Sarati billet, and it would fly further. Maybe every 4th or 5th hit, no basic attack movement penalty.
A new Sylphin Knight has joined the round table.
Oh my goodness, up suicidal. Tier 2 sub. Oh my goodness. Guys, huge hype in chat. Thank you so very much. Jeez. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Mug, why leave Core but join Vault? Well, I left Core months ago. Months ago. At the time, it was tough, it was a tougher time at the time, and I needed to move on and whatnot. And now it's a bit, things have changed a bit, and you know, Vault, they reached out to me, so yeah, you know, things have changed. They reached out to me, so like what they're doing. Grenades, dash, that's great. Rapid fire, I'm not sold on the rapid fire ventilate. Really not sold on the rapid fire ventilate. You can him a double shot after each ability used. Oh, now that is interesting. So he's all about shooting fast and being agile. Shooting fast and being agile. So if grenades with a little bit of a slow for AoE in the slow, and that's fine. A little wee bit of wave clear and a little bit of utility, you know. Yeah, that's great. The dash really is there. Dash is fine. That's core. Rapid fire, increase the attack speed. Attack speed buff. I mean, I guess that's totally his thing, isn't it? I mean, he can choose when to do it. Simple. Okay. The ultimate the ultimate really doesn't. That ultimate really doesn't work. Oh. Hmm. Hello, Cinnamon Glaze. Welcome. Maybe Zalt could supercharge him by giving him bonus movement speed, fire rate, and damage for a short time. Just a stim. A double stim. So you'd have a small stim and then a big stim. I think that's too much stims. I think that's too much stims. Right? Maybe Zelt could be a larger jetpack? Interesting. Each hit shreds X amount of armor for 3 seconds. Timers do not refresh. I like this idea. What about that clip mechanic? The clip mechanic that he had, right? Corical's fault now? No. No, it's a different. I'm doing Twin Blast. Twin Blast, Twin Blast, Twin Blast. Revenant was the one with the clip. Why don't you do Countess? We will. We will, we will, we will. Attack speed increase per X amount of hits. Kind of the same thing as his rapid fire, though. Whoops. That's just, you know, like... Each stack increases movement speed and attack speed. Now. What about this? What about this? What about this? So, what if the ventilate, as normal, but hits stack the passive. So his ultimate stacks his passive, so there's a little bit more synergy in there. At least try to tie that in. Okay, so Squirty McPhallic III. What a name. Rapid fire. Okay. Listen to this. Squirty. Listen to this. That's a hilarious name. Listen to this. Rapid fire. Increases attack speed. Increases attack speed or increases attack speed or I'm thinking. Increases attack speed or penetration, gains penetration or just increased damage. I think just damage. Increases attack speed or basic attack damage based on number of passive stacks. The more gains the most attack speed at no stacks, but gains 100% attack speed and 0% BA AD bonus at 0 stacks. Sliding on a sliding scale. And 0% attack speed and whatever. 25%, 20%. 80 bonus at 10 or whatever. So his passive consecutive hits build stacks up to 10 or something. Up to 10. Build stacks up to 10. Each stack increases movement speed and attack speed. His rapid fire increases attack speed or basic attack damage based on number of passive stacks. 100% attack speed and 0% attack damage bonus is gained at 0 stacks, but if you have more passive stacks, you gain 0. You trade that attack speed for attack damage. So essentially, the more passive stacks you have, because you're already gaining attack speed from your passive. Your RMB, instead of doing attack speed, because since you already got from your passive, trades that for damage. There you go. Why are we putting movement speed on Carios and escape? To me, that is big no-no. Because it still has to be auto-attacking to try to escape using it. Yeah. Lasts, I don't know, 3 seconds? So you only have that movement speed if you're attacking. So that's why, like, you can't turn around, start running away, and you only run away. That's probably 2 seconds. So you're not going to escape from that. I mean, you will be able to maybe trade with somebody, but that's kind of his thing, right? He's kind of this gunslinger thing, right? There you go. His ult is still super weird. His ult is still super weird. Plus movement penalty for basic attack hitting? Yes. So that won't be as strong as, but I mean, it'll be strong. But that's his thing. Jetpack ultimate. He can fly around. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Hey, hold on a second. Jetpack ultimate negates melee attacks temporarily, increases range of basic attacks, essentially overcharging his dash. Boba Fett. That would be incredible! That would be incredible! Oh, that would be incredible! Oh my goodness. That's amazing. As a game designer, are you able to look at other games that released since League of Legends? Oh, we can grab we can grab inspiration from anything. Okay, that is amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing. Okay, what if he turns into Boba Fett? Okay, what if he uses his ventilate and he turns into Boba Fett? Pressing jump, using your jump instead of jumping, you activate some boosters where he can fly around the map for a little while. How freaking amazing would that be? He turns into Boba Fett, where you can choose how high you are with your space bar, and he can just fly around like Boba Fett. Boo, 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 boo. Oh my goodness, that's freaking amazing. That is amazing. Flamethrower, jetpack, rockets, cable trap. Oh. That is just fantastic, man. Oh. That would be so awesome. Just flying around. Oh. Incredible. I'm thinking a pretty simple change. Well, programmers may not think of it. Ventilate. So what happens is essentially it's the same as what it is, but ventilate. So I mean, miniguns appear out of his arms firing at his point of aim. Does not. Twin Blast is still able to basic attack. Minigun attacks stack passive. So essentially like Twin Blast, you're shooting, but then when you press ventilate, the miniguns, like, you know, like his arms transform, but you're still firing, you're still shooting your normal attacks, right? But you're also shooting other ones too. Right? You're also shooting other ones too. Because the worst thing about it, the worst thing about it that completely wrecks it for me is the fact that you have to stop basic attacking. And that's not Twin Blast. I shoot my two pistols fast, and I'm very agile. He's a gunslinger. Why would you want to stop using your guns if you're a gunslinger, right? Miniguns are fine. Like it's really awesome. It's super cool that he can like transform into like this minigun. But if he's gonna stop basic attacking, then it just breaks his whole. It breaks his fantasy. It breaks his niche because you can't do on-hit effects for like with 40 rounds all in like 0.5 seconds. You can't do that, so it breaks that. Rapid fire, I mean, it's certainly rapid fire. But then the whole high mobility part, he can't dash. He can't dash when you use his ultimate. So like that breaks his niche, it breaks his fantasy too much. So if you can still basic attack with the miniguns are firing as well, then that's fine for me. That's fine to me. Right? You know, something like that. Something like that. That's too broken. That's OP, doing alt damage and basic attack. I mean, the damage can be balanced. The point is that it deals more damage, and then the damage from the ventilate would have to scale from his basic attack. Like it would have to scale from his basic attack damage instead of doing some ability damage. No, they would not apply on-hit effects. The minigun cannot. The minigun cannot. apply on hit effects. No. They can stack as passive, but not that. So, I think this is good. This is good. It gives me ideas. His ult is damage buff to his basic attacks. Yeah. When I upgrade his pistols to ray gun or something like that, it can travel through units. Yes, okay. So the minigun attacks stack passive do not apply on his and cannot crit. There you go. But yeah, they cannot crit, do not apply on hit effects, but they do stack as passive. Basically, it's just more basic attack damage in a really fancy way. That's basically all that it does, really. Ventilate with lifesteal? Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fine. Maybe. Yeah. Has no... Cannot benefit from lifesteal. And cannot crit. CC immune? No. Same range as basic attacks? Same range as basic attacks? Yeah. I think it would be the same range. Sam, it's a good point. That's a good point, but man. Is that not just a normal ability? Well, you would have to balance it to the where it had enough effect to be like, oh my goodness, he's using his ultimate. Right? So, I think that works with what we have. I think that works. I think that works. Okay. Let's move on to Murdock. Murdock, 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 Murdock. We have Buckshot. Damage and shred. We got RMB. Shield push. Means his E is his static trap. And his R is long arm of the law. Okay. So, Murdock. Let's remember that his niche, he's a hard-hitting trap/utility, chase you down ranged carry. I hit hard, catch you in my traps, and won't let you get away. That's his thing. Okay. Buckshot, damage, and shred. That's good. I like that. I like that. I mean, he's still hard-hitting, trap utility, blah, 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 blah. He still needs something to, you know, still needs something to help him out. Right? Still needs something to help him out. So that's good. The static trap and shield plus the synergy here, I think is really good. Murdock passive similar bounties to Revenant, but instead of economy against stacks of valor with which one grant armor per bounty. Bounty is chosen every X minutes. Combined shield push and buckshot. I don't know. I think increased move. Yeah, so I think that his passive. His passive with each unique enemy he kills, he gains auto range. I don't think long ranged. I don't think we're gonna do his extended range thing. It seemed weird. And like another carry could be that better. Because like if he's gonna hit hard, like just make him just hit hard. Like just be it, right? Like fine. Slower attack speed, something like that. It just hits hard, he has a shred, he'll damage and hit hard. Like that's fine. Like that's cool, right? I think there's other carries that can do extended range thing, especially if he's gonna lay traps and push you back, right? Especially if he's gonna like he's gonna do that, then he needs to be kind of close, right? Kind of needs to be close, right? Like, so, you know, I think the passive, yeah. So like, chase, increased movement speed for low when visible low health enemies nearby. Why is my son not sleeping? Sorry. He's sick and he really needs to sleep. For his own sake. Increased movement speed when visible low health enemies nearby. CC your son. You know, if he's a catch you in my traps and won't let you get away, deals bonus damage to enemies affected by crowd control. Because if he's gonna like push you away and slow you down with a static trap, or push you away, stun people into static trap, shred somebody, right? Like, and if he's a cop, right? You're gonna blow out their tire to try to get them, you know, to try to get them, you know, try to, right? You're gonna try to CC. You're gonna try to mace them, right? Right? You're gonna try to mace them, slow them down, tase them. Right? So like that fits with his fantasy. That totally fits with his fantasy and works. The question is Roots. Okay, okay, hold on. Roots enemies in place. But the shield push, what if the shield push? What if the shield push back enemies and slows them for 1.5 seconds, something like that. Because, so, as it stands, the static trap, as it stands, what we have right now is that the trap slows somebody when they step on it, and then they're stunned if you push them into it. The static trap, if you put it down, and it'll just root. It'll just always root. That way, it'll always just root. It'll just root them in place. If you can shield push them into the static trap, then you got them rooted. Basically the same as a stun. Because a root, well, I mean, it's not the same as a stun. It's not. But essentially, you still gain a lot of the stun mechanic that currently exists. If you shield push them into the static trap, it stuns them. I mean, it stuns them for quite 2.5 seconds as it stands. This way, either way, if you shield push them into static trap, then they get rooted. The only thing that we lose here is that they would still be able to range a basic attack in the static. So maybe you still just keep the stun. Maybe just keep the stun if you shield push into the static trap. I think that slow needs to... I almost think that slow needs to be there. You know? And applies a decaying slow. It should decay just because it's a little like, you know, if I was to push you back, you know, you could be a little, you know, a little whatever, right? So, buckshot, damage and shred, that's fine. Static trap roots enemies in place, so you can still shield push them into it. But I feel like if you shield push into that, I feel like if you push them into that, then that's like, I don't know. Is that really necessary? Because, like, you know, upper tier players are not gonna step in your static trap. Like it'll be really hard. So if you shield push them in the static trap, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think that's fine. Something like that. Something. This is just... It's an idea. It's an idea. It's an idea. It's an idea. Root when pushed, otherwise a decaying slow. How about a cripple for the trap? Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of trap we're talking about. Like preventing the use of abilities but not auto attack? I mean, yeah, I mean, it depends what kind of trap we're talking about. Okay. Okay. Applies slow when stepped on. Stuns if pushed into by RMB. Okay. Yeah, you know that I think that's fine. I think that's fine. It's not a silence trap, though. It's not Murdock's bag. Yeah, I agree. Okay. That's compelling. That's compelling. So you're really... Your shield push and your static trap, you can really start to use that. You can really start to use that to go into the passive and really get him this whole thing. I hit hard, catch you in my traps, won't let you get away. Gonna have to be squishy, though. He's gonna have to be real squishy. Especially with that global ult. It's gonna have to be squishy. And his abilities probably gonna have to be fairly mana intensive. Besides his buckshot. But then again, maybe that's not... Maybe that goes against his whole thing. I don't know. I'll have to see. Okay. Okay. Cool. Alright. Countess. Countess. Jeez. Shadow Slip. We have E is her... Her ult is what? Feast. R&B is Blade Sylphin. And her E is Dark Tide. Okay. Stun would be OP for a carry to have, even if he has to combo it. Alright. I mean, can always be added. Yeah, I'm fine with changing that. Okay, Countess. Countess. Okay. Oh. Countess is tough. So, small AoE, ability vamp sustain, mobile, melee, ability assassin. So, Countess is fairly simple. She's fairly simple. The hard part is just executing, literally, right? The hard part is executing. So her passive, not too complicated. Definitely her passive's going to be some kind of vamp. Some kind of ability vamp. But I think the way that it currently is in the game, she's just like, it's way too much. Her Sylphin is the only thing that heals at the moment. Yeah, her kit seemed fine, but honestly, the Dark Tide... Give her Necroveil passive? What was Necroveil, Kaiser? And on player kill, enter the shadow plane for 3 seconds. Oh my god. Yikes. Okay, so she's an assassin, so she's very she obviously bonus AP per victim she feasts. So make her like a snowball hero. Like kind of a snowball like hero. I think that makes her feel even worse. I think that would make her feel even worse than she already is. I think the ability vamp has to be on kill. On kill. Ability vamp. Yeah, she has to heal X% health on unit kill. Less for minions, more for heroes. I mean, she's a vampire, right? She's a vampire. When they suck your blood, but that you know, that's like as far as I know, right? As far as I know, they kill. So it has, I think it has to be on unit kill. She's an assassin. She's an assassin, so it would have to be on unit kill. Less for minions, more for heroes. I think nothing really needs to change other than her Dark Tide. Here. Countess. Okay. So, I think if we're playing Countess, move her Sylphin passive to her passive. Yeah, I think that's... So, the question is... Countess player... character. The question is how... I think her... Hey. Where'd the cone go? Cone? What? Oh. Okay. So, this cone needs to change a lot. I think this cone needs to be something like this. So like, boo. Something like that. Kinda. Maybe a little bit more of a square. It's like something like that, like way wider. No, I honestly don't. I think one of the things that was a bit strange with Countess is that she's an assassin that then can like just like completely blow up an entire team, and I don't think that she. I don't think that she is. She's not that, right? So let's try a. Let's try cube. Let me go 10 long. Like something like that. You know? So that if I'm gonna like Dark Tide, it'll be like this, right? Right? It'll be like so that you have to position correctly. You have to position correctly to get. You know, you have to go to the side of a minion wave to clear the wave. You can clear the ranged by walking up, right? Seems a bit long. 8 maybe? 800 units? I don't know, something like that. Right, like... Like something like that. Like... Something like that. I don't know. Cause like, yeah. What about a reverse cone? I don't know. I actually think Dark Tide is kind of fine. Yeah. It's just there's like the fringe cases where like, you know, like fringe cases where like the entire team is here, right? Like, oh, look, the entire team. And then it's just one Dark Tide and it's like there's 4,000 damage on the enemy team. It's like, really? For an assassin? You know? It's kind of just like, ugh. Oh, too close to Shinbi spell? Well, except this deals like 3 times the damage. 4 times the damage. How long is the minion line when they were walking? Yeah, something like that, or 9, something like that. So like she would have to get the, you know, she'd have to get the reverse cone. I actually kind of like that. Actually kind of like that idea. -90. Scale 0.01. So you would still hit a line, a walking line of minions. You would still hit. You'd still hit the minions. You would still hit the minions in a line. This almost needs to be a little bit longer now. 10. 1,000 units. Bit wider, bit shorter. Two. That was a little too wide. 1.75, something like that. So the point is that I don't know. Just not whatever it was. Just not whatever it was. You know? I mean, like, maybe... Oh, I know. Here. I know. Let's do this. Let's do this. So, I won't be able to see chat while I do this. So, I think that she needs to be something like... something like that? So, something like that or something? So I mean, you can still get the whole team in there though. Like that's the problem. Like that, you know, that's a problem. Making an X? If the whole team's in that small cone, they deserve to get hit. This is great. I think this is good right here. Whatever that is. Smaller reverse cone shape. I like that. Blade Sylphin. Small AoE damage. So this... For that... How do you feel about the game's basic attack speeds? Those, yeah. We're... been meaning to talk about changing... about, changing that up. Okay. So... Can you try an X and where both lines meet is 1.5 times extra damage? That sounds pretty scary. See, that's almost too big already right there. That's not too far. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's not too bad right around there. Something like that. Small AoE damage. I think that's honestly smaller than what she ever was, but we'll see. Feast, fine. Heal percent health on unit percent. Should be lengths of her arms and her swords combined. Okay, so then that. That. About half? About half or so? About half as big? I mean, she's magical, right? Like, she's magic, so it's not blade Sylphin. I mean, it does say blade. It does say blade. I'll give you that. Zoink. 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 This is very scientific. Zoink. Yeah. I mean, close enough. That seems fine. So something like that. Less for minions, more for heroes. I think she's fine. I think she's fine like this. Really. I don't... That was the only real thing, is that she was a bit too much of a... I mean, depends. If you want her to be a mage, you know, high AoE, but like an AoE burst assassin is kind of scary. I mean, I guess it works. But like a vampire, she sucks one person's blood, right? Like, you know, but she is magical, so like just smaller AoEs I think works really well. I mean, the Shadow Slip, normal, cooldown resets after kill? I mean, I could maybe see that. You know, so that she can kill somebody and then, boom, goes on to the next. Or tries to escapey. But like, you know... Because, like, if we're giving her smaller AoE... We're giving her smaller AoE, you know, then... That should be her passive. We're just completely nerfing Countess with this. No, Kaiser. We're just refining her role. Or, like, what she does. So then her numbers will have to change. Like, you know, like... her numbers will just have to change. She'll have to do more damage, scale more health, blah, something. Right? To bring her in line. The numbers, I think, make this kit work. Yeah. Simple. Relatively simple. I think that she, you know... But then, like, you know... I don't know, cooldown resets after kill? Like, I think... Louis Torre, welcome. How have I been? Pretty good. I think this would be... This should be something she itemizes for. Right? Right? Like, that was in, like, you know, kills... Gaining a hero kill resets ability cooldowns. Right? Like, boom. You know, that's something you go straight for. You know, as a Countess, because that's just like so good, right? To give that in naturally in her kit, I don't know, right? Okay, Chimera. Q is his unleashed. E was his spirit thing. Spirit, what's it called again? Unleashed. R&B is ambush. Okay. Spirit regen. We have call. And a question mark. Okay. Ugh. dash-like ability. Let's see. Huh. Okay. So, Chimera. He's a kamikaze, close the gap, ambush, single target fighter. Strong early game. Strong early game. So, the spirit regen helps him in the jungle. Successful attacks. Stack. Health regen. Lasts 1.5 seconds or something. Whatever. Whatever it is. Ambush. Low cooldown. Lock on. Normal. As usual. Normal. Low cooldown, lock on. Unleash. Max attack speed. For 5 attacks for 5 seconds. Whatever. Granted attack speed. Granted attack speed and add stacks of Fury. Fury gives 1 armor pen per stack up to 15. His E can be a dump ability. Gets rid of any Fury stacks for burst of bonus damage per stack. Oh. Squirty, that 5 seconds or increase the max he gets. Pappy, because he an issue that was identified with him very early on was that the counter to Chimera is crowd control. So it has to, you have to, the hardest part with Chimera is his spirit regen, so you have to make that cooldown within most crowd control's timings. So if you make it 5 seconds, he'll just get stunned, he'll jump back on you, and he'll just keep on his merry way. Right? If it lasts 0.1 seconds, well, you can't even build it up, because he doesn't attack that fast. So it has to be somewhere in between. Chimera with a Fury gauge instead of mana use would be way cooler and more character accurate. Very cool. I like it. I like it. Interesting. 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 Jungle Sense would be amazing. Okay. Okay. Unleashed builds up his health regen and the Fury gauge. And then the E is the dump for the gauge. The more full it is, the more damage that it's done. Twitch to YouTube comments too? Yes. What if... Okay, anybody play Sonya from Heroes of the Storm? Basically, like Barbarian. Think of Diablo 2, Diablo 3 Barbarian. Rage-based. Rage-based. What if he was rage-based? Use your E as a, you know... The public played this game yet? No. Huh. Huh. What if he was rage-based, right? His attacks built up rage, his abilities spent rage. Right? His abilities spend rage. Or fury. Whatever. Right? And then his E is dual purpose. If you have no rage... His E, if you have no rage, it gives you rage. But if you have rage, it consumes that rage. Right? Okay. Or do we make him a stance fighter? His E switches stances. His E, there's a unleashed stance where the spirit comes out and deals more damage, or there's the other one where he his Q builds up rage, and his other abilities spend it to deal bonus damage or effects, and are weak without using rage bar. Isn't Wukong a stance hero? Yeah. Wukong doesn't need to be a stance hero though. Right? You know what? I think I'd like... Okay. Chimera doesn't use mana, but instead builds Fury? Rage. Fury? Fury. Oh, whatever. Builds something from taking and dealing damage. Berserker something. Berserker something. I don't want to Timo. Berserker something. If Chimera has no fury, gain X fury. If Chimera has fury, gain X bonus damage, X% bonus attack damage for the next X seconds for each point of fury. Consumes all fury to gain X bonus attack for each point of fury. What do you guys think? Can we design a new hero, an epic executive, and his kit just sucks, and if he doesn't die 10 times by the 20 meta mark, he can use his ultimate, which is to delete the game from his opponents? That's good. That's funny. Okay. Okay. So there we go. Something like this, something. It's just an idea. Hello, YC. Welcome. He also is happy to see Sylphin doing what he loves. Thanks, Pappy. I appreciate that. You guys are always so very supportive. You guys are all so very supportive. Thank you. You guys all have to finish up. Yeah. Oh, that's true. does Chimera, like, all his abilities, they cost no mana. There's no mana. Mana isn't a thing with, like, are his abilities just cooldowns? And he can just use his abilities whenever? As soon as they're off cooldown, there's no mana cost, no nothing? Or do they cost Fury? Or do they cost Fury? Do you have to build Fury and then your attacks consume that Fury? Or does he just have ability? No, just abilities only have cooldowns. There's no resource you need for your abilities for Chimera. He can use them whenever. Spending Fury makes them better. So the more Fury he has, the more damage. Okay. So, okay. Let's go off of his niche, his identity. The longer he stays in the fight, the stronger he is. Like, the more damage he deals. So, his spirit regen builds up stacks that are that. Okay, so let's run with this. So his abilities do not cost. So what if he just builds up stuff that... What if she builds up... What if he builds up... things that also deal damage? Spend Fury, make them better? Okay. Yeah. So he can spend... He spends the Fury, but it makes him better. Stance-based. I don't... Yeah, I don't think he needs stances. I don't think he needs stances. The stance switch would be extremely low. you can escape after getting a kill. What if unleashed just passive a game of attack speed and at Mask's Fury game of max attack speed maybe resets after a little? No. Okay. So his synergy is with attack speed is better. I think he can. Chimera spends Fury, loses stats bonus, but gets ability effects. Oh man, this is tough. Let's keep him using mana. Let's keep him using mana because that's don't want to change him too much from what we already have. I mean, using mana is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But but we can do something here with this E? Like... Like he can consume his spirit regen to gain... something? To gain stuff? Yeah, but Biomancer, I think that's... Consume stacks of spirit regen to gain bonus there. Berserker or something. Consume stacks of spirit regen to gain bonus damage for X seconds. Boom. Something like that. It's an idea. Something like that. Something. Successful attack, stack health regen. Easy. Easy peasy. So consume those. Bonus damage. Bonus damage. Should be given a shield along with the bonus damage. I don't know. No. I mean, unless he went into, like, the spirit realm for, like, you know, and he could, like, pass through everything and he just becomes transparent to everything for, like, a second. Right? Like, he could just become immune to everything for a second. Or based on how many, whatever. I don't know. I would do that before giving him a shield. Guys, remember, it's empty. He's a kamikaze fighter, right? Close the gap, ambush. He's kamikaze. He's going in. He would have absolutely no, right? You know. Like, when he has no stacks and still use the ability for a shield. If Chimera wants a slow on basic attacks, I think he should itemize for it. So something like that. Yeah, something like that. Okay. There you go. All right, guys. That was a great stream. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you very much for all of the support. We may come back to Chimera. I mean, he's a fairly simple hero. I think, you know, he's a fairly simple, straightforward hero. I think this is fine. You know, I think this is fine. If you want an immunity to something, itemize for it. Because he's all in kamikaze hero. I think this is fine. You have some kind of choice in here. You gotta choose between health regen and bonus damage. You can save your Unleashed for after you consume it to build back that spirit regen, or you can use Unleashed right away to consume, to build the stacks and get, and to then use Berserk or whatever. I don't know, something like that. Just an idea. These are just ideas. I think that's fine. Yeah. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And, yeah. It's pretty good work here. Pretty darn good work. Pretty darn good work. Great ideas that we'll think of. We'll think of. So, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys tomorrow. Till next time, as always, stay positive and optimistic.